Hello everybody. So this is mission 2 of unit 3B, and today we are going to talk about distributive property. Distributive property is very common property used in pre-algebra and algebra 1. You will see that the property is very easy to apply. It's just a couple things very important to remember. Once you get that, you would not have any problems with solving or applying distributive property. So after we're done with the lesson, distributive property worksheet will be the assignment that you're supposed to complete. And let's begin with the definition. So distributive property rule. We multiply a single term and two or more terms inside a set of the parentheses. So by reading the rule, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a little bit confusing. So let's apply with the actual example. So what does this rule says? You multiply the single term that is outside this one, you multiply by each one of the terms that is inside the parentheses. So again, I'm repeating, you multiply the outside by each one inside. Very common mistake is students to multiply the first one and add the second one or just copy the second one. They forget that once you multiply here, for example 2 times 3, and you get 2 times 3 is 6, you have to multiply by the second number as well that is inside the parentheses. So 2 times 6 will be plus 12. So once 2 times 3 and then 2 times 6 second time, you distribute to the first one, then to the second one, so the answer 6 plus 12 will be 18. Both of those are like terms, they're just numbers, so we can combine them and 6 plus 12 will give us 18. So 18 will be the answer for this. Sometimes you may have given the term or single number outside of the parentheses on the right side, and we are going to apply the same process. So you multiply 3 with the first term inside, 2 times 3, and we will get 6. And then you multiply this term 3 with the second one inside the parentheses. So 3 times 10 will be plus 30, and 6 plus 30 is 36. Final answer here. Okay, so this is how we apply distributive property. We just have to remember to multiply the outside term with each one inside the parentheses. Now what happens if we have 5 times in variable x plus 1 inside the parentheses? Well, it's exactly the same thing. So again, the outside term 5 times x first, and we get 5x. 5 times variable is just 5 the variable. And then you multiply 5 times 1 by the second term. So 5 times 1 will give us plus 5. Okay, this will be my final answer, and the reason for that is because 5x and 5 are not like terms. We can't just add those numbers, so we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, remember previous mission like terms, so this will be my answer. We cannot combine x term with a number term because they're different groups. Awesome, let's take a look of a little bit more examples. Use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. Okay, so I will go 4 times y, so the number outside times y, 4 times y is 4y. And I have those blocks for you just to remind you that we need to do another multiplication here, so we can't just leave it empty. 4 times 3 is plus 12, positive 12. So 4y plus 12 will be the answer we're looking for. Okay, next example gives us a negative number outside, so we multiply this whole negative number times x first, and we get this will be negative 5x, and then we multiply this negative 5 times 11 times the second term inside. So negative 5 times 11 is negative 55. So if I have to write this down without those boxes, it's going to be just negative 5 minus 55, and that will be my final answer here. Okay, I know you're doing good, so just let's try those two. pause the video, try those two on your own, and check with me with the video. And if you got those, then you did awesome job. And that will be pretty much the whole thing. I do have a just quick couple more examples on the back, so let's finish those. Check with me, and then we will finish the last two. All right, so go ahead, pause the video, and check with me in a couple minutes when you're done. All right, so if you're done, let's go ahead and check. Well, this number is outside, so we multiply positive 8 with negative n. Okay, this is negative n. And we will get negative. Well, negative n is the same as negative 1n, right? Remember, if we don't have a number in front of the variable, it means it's 1. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8n. And then we multiply 8 times 2. 8 times 2 will be plus 16. So negative 8n plus 16 is my final answer here. In the next example, we have negative 10. We multiply by x, so it's negative 10x, and then negative 10 times negative 7. So be careful again, if there is a negative sign in front of the number or variable, we have to consider this negative sign and not skip it. So negative 10 times negative 7 is positive 70. So negative 10x plus 70 will be my final answer for this one. Okay, well, I hope you got the right answers. Let's take a look at the last two examples quickly, and we will be done with the video, and you guys can go ahead and begin your practice assignment. So in some cases, you will see negative sign and the parentheses and something going on inside. So in this case, again, I want you to remember, if there is no number, it means it's 1, because 1 times something is the same thing. So if there is no number, we write 1 and we start calculating negative 1 times 6. So negative 1 times 6 will give us negative 6, and then negative 1 times negative c, or negative 1c. Negative 1 times negative 1 will be positive 1 variable c. So the answer for this is just negative 6 plus 1c. Okay, so with the negative sign again outside, if it's just negative, we write 1, and again we multiply negative 1 times 2p, which is negative 2p, and then negative 1 times 3 will give us negative 3. So negative 2p minus 3 will be the answer here. Alright, so you pretty much saw all the examples, how to apply distributive property first step by step, and then I showed you what happened if we have just a negative sign in front. So knowing that, I think you are ready to begin your assignment. Please check with the answer key, make sure you understand every single step and do it proper work, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching the video.